Lazy. It is defined in the Merriam-Webster dictionary as disinclined to activity or exertion, not energetic or vigorous. Alright, sounds legit. Perfectionism. From the same dictionary, it is defined as a disposition to regard anything short of perfection as unacceptable. Also sounds legit. You'd think they'd be two completely different people. Well, let me tell you, it's totally real to be both. I think. I'm not someone who studies personality, but I'm like 99% sure that I'm both of these things, and are others in the same boat? Actually, a teacher whom I don't remember used to say that companies should hire efficient, lazy people to do a job because they will find the easiest solution to a problem. There are some complications with that saying, sure, but am I still gonna use that to justify myself? Sure. Anyways, here's what it's like to be a lazy perfectionist. Leedles version, because I don't want to generalize people who also feel like they are like this. So people like to call me lazy, and I am, but I really like to say that I have an extremely low social battery. For example, I can probably only do maybe 2 or 3 social activities a day before my battery feels more than completely drained. So I stay home a lot, which translates to being lazy in many people's eyes. Many people. Moving on, but I'm also extremely picky when it comes to my work, but I never want to work on it. It's such a frustrating thing to want to be perfect, but also have no motivation to get up and actually do anything. Because I want everything to be perfect, I spend so much time planning and preparing that when it comes time to actually work, I've got no motivation left to actually do anything more. For example, I'll be sleeping, then come up with a really fun video idea, which I will not disclose because I'm still in the process of making it. Speaking about being in the process, I've been in this process of making it since freaking August of 2020. August! I came up with the idea and I haven't been wanting to work on it at all because I want the video to turn out really good. And with every stereotypical scene that goes with this route, we all know that we are never gonna get started. And that's basically how everything I want to do goes. School essay I had 3 weeks to work on, spends 2 weeks thinking of a topic and thinking of ways to make my essay good for an A. Working on my school portfolio due in a week, takes 4 days thinking of the layout and style I want to use for it, just to end up with this-ish. And here's the problem with my way of working. I'll take all the time thinking about my project, but if I change this part of the graph to say the time I spent actually working on the project, it goes from this to this. Sometimes I am thankful for being a perfectionist because it really did help my grades a lot, and it got me some awards that I probably wouldn't have gotten if I didn't care. But on the other hand, if you're lazy like I am, you'll just sit around thinking about working on an assignment rather than actually working on it. Because let's be honest with ourselves, we all would rather be doing something else rather than doing homework. And to the 1% out there that actually enjoys doing homework, I'm sorry if I offended you in any way. Actually, there was one friend at my high school who once said, I didn't like homework, but enjoyed doing it because I got to learn more. Like, what? If that doesn't project model student, then I don't know what does. And it kind of proves that a lot of homework is much different than what we learned in class, right? What is this? But anyways, good for them, but my concentration is literal trash. Let's talk about what happens when I do actually decide to get working on something. So this goes for both school and any personal project I may have wanted to start. So the beginning is always overwhelming. They say it's harder to start, but once you do, then boom, boom, boom. You're like a machine dumping all your ideas out at once. I can spend hours upon hours trying to begin and just blankly stare at what I'm trying to do. After that, I'll start and then spend days upon days working and working, deciding I don't like what I see, and then spend more hours and days revising and starting again. One specific example is working on my college portfolio for class. Yes, I'm going back to that example. I would spend so long looking at examples of beautiful portfolios, and when it came time for me to start, I probably spent 10 plus hours just designing the front cover that literally says my name, class, semester, and the word portfolio. And I still ended up with that cover, which I like, but the process getting there took way too long. The sad part is when someone else notices how long you're taking, because I was working on that portfolio at my aunt's house, and my sister pointed out how long I took, and I quote, "You'd only design that? I felt like you were working on that forever." Yeah, I'm trying to get much better at not thinking about prep work too hard, but it's much easier said than done, especially if you've made a habit out of it. Even my YouTube channel that you're watching right now, if you look when I made the channel, it took me almost a year to upload a video because I wanted to make sure I was prepared enough to start. Maybe it's my fear of failing that makes me push things off and want to make things perfect. Oh my gulai, did I just figure out the solution to my problem? Anybody else out there something like me? If you are, make sure to add the word same in your comment so I know who listens to the end, and then I will know who else feels the same way, who's a lazy perfectionist along with me. But thank you for watching, and I guess I'll see you next time. Bye!